Can you tell us about the distinction between, oxygen versus CO2 and why they're important for performance breathing?
Sure. So when we take a breath of air into the lungs and oxygen is passing from the lungs into the blood, 98% of oxygen in the blood is carried by hemoglobin. And hemoglobin is a protein in the red blood cells. So you think of hemoglobin as carrying oxygen in the blood. And the real question here is, how do we get hemoglobin to release oxygen to where it's needed? If you think about a working muscle gets hot and it generates more carbon dioxide, becomes hypercapnic. And the environment of the working muscle changes so that more oxygen gets delivered to that working muscle. So the two factors there are body temperature and carbon dioxide. So if, for example, people have a belief that, well, if I start taking and filling my lungs full of air, or if, even to the point of going into a studio and deliberately breathing a little bit more air that you can hear your breathing during rest. You should never hear your breathing during rest, and you should never hear your breathing during light physical movement. Because if you're hearing your breathing, it can indicate that your breathing is too much. And with that, then you're getting rid of too much carbon dioxide. And you remove it first from the lungs, and this then, of course, is going to remove it from the blood. So with lower carbon dioxide in the blood, hemoglobin holds on to oxygen more readily. And as a result, less oxygen gets delivered.